Hey, want to skip those ads and get early access and bonus episodes of all Banana for Scale shows? Hop on over to truestory.fm/join and discover all the cool perks that come with being a member of the Banana for Scale family. Coming up, we put nothing on a bagel. Nothing, tra-la-la. It's from Labyrinth. That's David Bowie. He's the Goblin King, and Jennifer Connelly is being led through the labyrinth by Pete Hegseth. Sorry, Hoggle. Hoggle. I always get them confused. And they come upon this crouched over like a beggar looking Muppet, and it's like, oh, what are you doing? And Hoggle says like, oh, nothing. and then like the beggar Muppet thing like takes off its disguise and gets up, and it's David Bowie in all his towering, bulging glory, and he's like, nothing, tra la la. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway. Greetings, verse jumpers. I'm not Lester Ryan Clark.
And I'm not Keenan Diaz.
We're another version of them from another universe, and this is another episode of Every Minute of Everything Everywhere All at Once, a show where we attempt to explain, evaluate, enlighten, and elucidate the Academy Award-winning film Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, so our minute begins with the end of a monologue.
And it ends with the beginning of a dialogue.
Yeah, but not quite yet. This new character hasn't spoken. New character? Question mark? I hear you say. Well, yes and no. But yes. But no.
New character. Who dis?
Yeah, right. But now, let's get to the top of this minute. You'll remember Jobu had finally found her quarry and had begun her first villain monologue about how she got bored one day and put everything on a bagel, all her hopes and dreams, her old report cards, every breed of dog, every last personal ad on Craigslist. Hello, beautiful? Question mark? Yeah. Sesame, poppy seed, salt. And it collapsed in on itself because, you see, when you really put everything on a bagel, it becomes this, the truth.
What is the truth?
And that is what Evelyn asks at the end of our last minute as she stares, now seemingly hypnotized, or at least mesmerized, by this vision of the bagel.
Yeah, I think she's bagelized.
She's bagelized. Why didn't I think of that? Geez. That's why there's two of us, folks. Yeah. And here is where Jobu answers. We cut back to her close-up as she says, nothing matters. And I want to talk about a couple of things here. First, I want to talk about the choice of close-ups on both of these ladies. We have what is called an extreme close-up on Evelyn, where we're like so close we can't even see all of her face. It's mainly like just her eyes. Right. And that is a deliberate choice in opposition to our... This would just be called a close-up, right? Or is this still an extreme close-up on Jobu?
Well, yeah, people who teach these things or write these things in books tend to try to be really like, oh, there's only one answer for this kind of thing. But I think in a real set, oftentimes like, oh, I might call that a close-up. You might call that extreme close-up. You know, there's sort of debate. So people usually on set will like try to like use their hands to show you exactly what size they want, like, you know, like to frame like from here and here, and then they put their hands up in little lines. But yeah, so you might see some definitions that are like, okay, if you're cutting off both the chin and the top of the head, then that's extreme close-up. But I don't know. I think this is just a regular close-up on Jobu because we can't see quite the bottom of her chin. We can't see quite the top of her head, but definitely where we have Evelyn, where we can't see, you know, if we can only see her eyes or her mouth, I'd call that a extreme close-up. Right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in opposition to Evelyn's close-up or extreme close-up, we could call this a close-up. Yeah.
Because like on Evelyn's, this is, you know, starting the last minute, we're seeing her eyes, and then when we're hearing her speak, it feels disconnected. Like it feels like her words are kind of floating off somewhere.
It's almost like her thoughts.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we don't get that effect on Jobu's, where we see both her mouth, we see her thoughts and her words at the same time. Right.
And it's like I didn't write this down in the notes, but like I'm looking at it now. Another interesting thing is that Evelyn is looking right at us.
Right.
Jobu is looking kind of like Jobu is looking at Evelyn, but like not at the camera, not at us.
Right.
And yet we're a little bit, I don't know, like this. It seems like more of an intimate moment for Jobu.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So well, that's very common. So like an extreme close up, some again, when you're writing a textbook, you want to be really definite about these things. So you say this is always how it goes. But sometimes an extreme close up is like, hey, the eyes, and then you're really thinking about what they're thinking. Like in a the most famous extreme close ups are in The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, and those Clint Eastwood, Sergio Leone movies, right? But oftentimes the extreme close up, instead of like subjectifying the shot, where like, oh, I'm really in simpatico with this person's thoughts. Sometimes you are looking at them like an insert, like like the insert of a pen, or the insert of the hands, or the insert of the computer screen. So you can sometimes objectify someone with extreme close-ups.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of both here with Evelyn, right? Like it's a little bit more intellectual than emotional, even though we're really close. And then with Joy, it's like, okay, we're getting the entire experience of what this human being is feeling, as opposed to like what these eyes are feeling.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, with Jobu, like Keenan said, we can see her whole face, like maybe minus like the top of the head and the tip of the chin, right? Meaning all of her emotions are on display. We can see her mouth. We can see the set of her jaw, the twist of her lips. We can see what the top half of her face is doing compared to the bottom half. And we can see how her line, nothing matters. We can see how that lands on her own features. And I think this is important. Evelyn has lost control. She's all eyes right now, right? We don't need to see her mouth. She's probably like slack-jawed, right? But this is a very important moment for Jobu/Joy. She is revealing her epiphany to her mother and also to herself once again. I imagine no matter how many times she has done this monologue, no matter how many universes, no matter how many Evelyns, when all of those other Evelyns ask her what is the truth and she answers, she's feeling it again, right? She's feeling the weight of that statement, or maybe the weight that statement lifts from her, or sadness, or relief, or despair, or hope, or anxiety, or anticipation, as she wonders how this Evelyn is going to react. Or perhaps she's not even thinking about Evelyn at this point, as the scale and the finality of what she has just said, what she has been saying, hits her once again as if for the first time. Now that's a lot of words to say that I think it was a great choice to have us only see part of Evelyn's face here, but all of Joy's face as she says this line. Keenan, we have talked about the difference between acting for the stage versus acting for the camera. I think we went into a little bit more detail in our Exorcist show, talking about Sir Michael Caine and his school of thought regarding the differences and how the camera in many ways sees more than the human eye. He says, quote, the camera is listening to and recording everything you do, however minutely you do it. You have never known such devotion, end quote. So this is from his book, Acting in Film. Highly, highly, highly recommend that, folks, if you're thinking about filmmaking, acting, directing, writing, anything.
Yeah, even just understanding what actors do, I think it's really useful. It's very unintellectual. It's very like, these are like hack tricks that I have here to do this just based on my experiences. Yeah.
But also like very, very, I would say deep in how little we know about how our body reacts to our emotions.
Yeah. I guess what I meant is he's not doing method stuff that can be very like in order to read a book about method, it's hard unless you're actually doing it. You know what I mean? Like practicing it yourself. But his is like very understandable for people who aren't engaged in it.
Right. He also said, quote, the movie camera is your best friend and most attentive lover. And folks, we are right up on both of these actors right here. If we were in the scene with them, we would actually be closer to them than they are to each other. Right? Like we would be like between them, right? With Michelle Yeoh, it's almost like we're like touching foreheads, right? And with Stephanie Hsu, it's like we're standing directly in front of her. And yes, it's a little further away, like maybe the tips of our shoes are touching. But like Sir Michael Caine says, the camera is actually seeing more than we would see if we were really there. This is an incredibly intimate moment with our villain, and our actor, Stephanie Hsu, has to carry us through this moment as her face is like huge in our eyes, even bigger on the big screen. And we see everything. And damn, there is no Stephanie Hsu. There is only Jobu/Joy, right? And
there is no Stephanie Hsu. There is no Jobu. There is only Stephanie Shubu.
I completely forgot. Again, this is the second thing. Why didn't I write that? We had it in our other episodes. But okay, but like all that said, Keenan, what is our villain feeling here? Because her face barely moves, it barely changes, but like I'm so invested. Like I'm seeing her hear herself as if for the first time, and I see despair on her face. When she says nothing matters, like she's realizing it again. But I'm also seeing relief, like she can finally say it. It's been on her chest this whole time. I'm seeing exaltation, like this really is like a religious epiphany, a revelation. How about you?
We've been talking about leading up to this minute about how key this is, because we need to see it on the first time and think that this is menace and threat even.
Right.
And it's like the reason I'm telling Evelyn this is like to show you my power, and like nothing matters, Evelyn. You don't matter. The world doesn't matter, etc. And then go back and watch it a second time and then see that it is desperation, fear, all the stuff you're talking about, but also like a plea, like please disagree with me. Right? Like, hey, nothing matters. And I totally believe that, right? Like, similar to how she, this is what our Joy is thinking when she's looking at the dryer at the beginning of the movie, right? Nothing matters. And then Becky comes around and she has to pretend like things do matter, right? And here, this is this really intimate moment, as you say, where we're touching shoes with her, and she's going to say for the first time to this Evelyn, maybe to any Evelyn, maybe, right?
Maybe this is the first time,
Yeah, like nothing matters, and she hopes that Evelyn would say, no, of course that's not true. Right. And yes, you killed the other Evelyns, and that's okay, and I love you as your mother, but also as your kindred spirit, and also as just a fellow soul somewhere in the universe. Like, I love you, and that's okay, you know? And it has to do all of those things. And so that does require, like you're saying, doing, quote unquote, doing a lot less as an actor, like not making visible choices that are like, there's only one way to read this. All Stephanie Shu has to do here, which is very difficult, but all she has to do is sit there, deliver the lines, and listen to herself as she says the lines, which is sounds easy. Michael Caine makes it sound easy. But very, very difficult for an actor to do.
Because she has to listen to her, she has to say it, mean it.
Right.
Because these, we're talking about like these micro expressions that the camera catches. I mean, there are human beings who, go to college and then, get a master's in, a specific branch of psychology where they can like look at people's tiny, tiny, tiny little micro expressions, and they can interview criminals and find out whether they did it or not, through, a little twitch of their eye or something like that. Right. Stuff that, you and I don't even realize we're doing, or realize like our bodies are doing, right? And not even like a twitch, but like the absence of a twitch, right? Or the absence of the way that like your eyes don't smile when your mouth smiles, right? How do you do that? Like if I told you right now, it's like, hey, be happy, but not actually happy. Like I can't recreate that.
Right.
The only way that our like extremely sophisticated machinery can do that is to actually have the emotion kind of like shoot through us and to actually believe it. Because we can't. I don't think there's an actor alive who is that good with their instrument that they can manipulate it that much, right?
And a lot of them try to get out of the mindset where they're trying to do that even. They get into the mindset of like, all I have to do in quotes, like, is to, as you were saying, like, say it, believe it, hear it, let it affect me, right? And then to not make decisions about how, not pre-plan how I'm going to respond to the line that I'm saying, but actually be there and listen to it.
Yeah, and not only
and have an opinion about what I'm saying as I'm hearing it.
Right. Yeah, and be surprised by it.
Right. Yes.
Even though maybe this is like your fifth take.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. If it's like, okay, if Joy has said this to other Evelyns before, there's always that idea in storytelling, like this is the day that matters. This is the day where the sun doesn't come up, as opposed to all the days when it does come up. So oftentimes an actor will have to explain it like, okay, we have objective facts in the script that might say like, okay, she's given this speech to at least 10 other Evelyns or something like that, right? But this is the first time that it hits Joy as she says it, right?
Yeah.
Like she probably doesn't have the single tear reaction every single time that she said that to the other Evelyns. Like this one is the one that matters.
Yeah, and if it's not in the script, then that is between the directors and the actors to figure that out. Maybe just the actor, because like the director will be like, well, how do you feel? And now it's all you. Now you gotta decide. It's like, well, how many times is this the first time? Like But yeah, this one line, nothing matters, is 6 seconds long. again, outside of the movies by minute language, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that is 1/10 of our minute to say these two words in this close up. And even that, her lips finish in what my first instinct wants to call a hateful smirk. Right, her lips were already doing like this sort of like smirk smile thing. And after she says nothing matters, they sort of return to that. But now I see almost anger or disappointment at the universe. Like she's been betrayed, right? She's been betrayed, and maybe she's also mad at herself for ever thinking that anything mattered.
Right.
And, I say that's what I see. Again, like that could be just me. This is your Soviet film theory coming back, Keenan. I don't think we talked about that either on this show. You want to do like a quick little thing about the bowl of soup and the the baby?
That's the Kuleshov effect. So that's
okay.
Yeah, so Lev Kuleshov was this film theorist at the Moscow Film School, which is called VGIK. So this is like the first film school in the world, and he was an early editing theorist. He was a director, and his thought experiment gives us the Kuleshov effect, and that's the idea that the images don't have fixed meaning on their own. It's through the edit that gives them fixed meaning, that gives them contextual meaning, rather. So, so in this idea, he says, imagine that we take the world's best actor and we get a shot of him, and we just ask him to have an ambiguous reaction. So like do some real reaction, do some real emotional work, but have it ambiguous, like we have here with Joy, right? Like we can't really tell what it is. And then we take that footage and then we cut in a bowl of soup within his eye line and then cut back to him, and it looks like he's looking at the bowl of soup, which is on its own film theory magic. Like he wasn't looking at a bowl of soup. We didn't tell him thinking about a bowl of soup, but we read it as him looking at the bowl of soup. And then the edits will make us think like, okay, this emotionally ambiguous reaction, which again was shot in isolation, now is in response to this bowl of soup, and so he is hungry, right? You take out the bowl of soup and replace it with, usually in the versions you can find online that people have recreated this in, it's a sexy lady on a chaise lounge. So that hunger is now a different kind of hunger. It's lust. And then you take that out and replace it. Oftentimes online, the example is a dead child in a coffin. But the point is like, you put that in. Okay, that shot is now of him being mournful or being rueful.
He's grieving. He's racked with grief.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same footage. So we haven't changed the footage in any way, but the edits give us contextual meaning for it.
Yeah. So it's like some strong emotion is kind of like shuddering through him and like changing his facial features or not changing, or just like freezing his features or whatever.
Right.
Doing something that we can, like as animals, we can read, but we don't know exactly what it is. And then the trick is like you do an insert of whatever, a hamburger or whatever, and we're like, oh, he's hungry or whatever.
Yeah, the current version of this going around in meme format is the Sydney Sweeney interview, where in real life the lady from, I believe, GQ was like, hey, do you want to respond to the criticism about this American Eagle jeans ad? In 5 years, this will be, you will not remember any of this. This is a very minor meme, but and then so the meme format now is the lady saying some ridiculous thing like, hey, do you want to respond to whatever? And it's a shot of Sydney Sweeney giving her a mean look, right? And like when you flip out the words there, you can make Sydney Sweeney look like she's responding to to whatever you want. So Sydney Sweeney responding to the Dodgers winning the Super Bowl is not what it's called, the World Series.
Yes, there we go.
Right. So it's like so it's like, hey, did you want to talk about the Dodgers winning the World Series? Cut to Sydney Sweeney, whose reaction is about the jeans ad, but here we've changed the context and we still read it as like she's responding to that.
Yeah. My favorite one is it's that shot of Forrest Gump waving. He's just like very, very happy. I think he's seeing Lieutenant Dan.
It's on the boat
for the first time. He's on the boat and he's waving. And they just splice it in with like other movie characters waving. I think the one that I remember is Pennywise, Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise, like eating a severed hand, and then he just catches sight of Forrest Gump, and then he waves with the severed hand, and then it goes back to Forrest Gump, and he smiles as if he has seen Pennywise respond to his wave, and now he's happy.
Excellent.
That's great. But yeah, there you go, Kuleshov effect, folks.
Right. The Sydney Sweeney one I just found is the GQ interviewer labeled Isaac, and Sydney Sweeney labeled Abraham. And Isaac says, "Where's the lamb?" And then it's a shot of Sydney Sweeney staring at Isaac.
There's that. Oh, what is it? It's Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That meme.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just them looking at each other, and you just have Hayden Christensen says something like, I don't know. This isn't what I'm making it up as I go, but like I think in the next movie we're gonna have the Emperor come back, and then Natalie Portman's like, oh wow, so you're gonna like make up a whole backstory about how he comes back, right?
Right.
Cut back to Hayden Christensen. It's just no text, just looking at her,
Right.
and then back to her. It's like you're gonna make up a whole backstory about how he comes back, right? Love it. Yeah. So there you go,
Very
folks.
funny.
I've not actually seen that movie, so I don't know what they actually say in that scene.
You haven't seen Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones or whatever that is?
I think it's the second one. Yeah, Clones. Yeah,
okay.
I've seen 1 and 3. Didn't see 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is okay.
Oh my, yeah. I needed your confirmation.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Thank you for that, Kuleshov Effect, Keenan.
Yes.
But yeah, so now we cut back to Evelyn, and we see a little bit more of her face now. We're still really close. Like this would still be considered extreme close up, I think. And she says, "Oh, Joy, you don't believe that?" And folks, the second line of our minute, 6 words, but there is so much here as well. Just like the camera sees more than the human eye, the microphone hears more than the human ear. And as Michelle Yeoh says her daughter's name, it's like, oh, Joy. There is shock, a sadness, and a tenderness all at once. It sounds like a parent who has just discovered the source of her daughter's pain, and it's so deep and so sad. It's like she doesn't even have the breath to be properly shocked. It's like her breath has been taken from her, and all she can do is go, "Oh, Joy." Now, I say that, but again, Kuleshov Effect or Soviet film theory, I'm also seeing Evelyn being, sucked into the bagel, right? I hear her say, "Oh, Joy, you don't mean that," but I hear her emote something like, "That can't be true. Is it true? Maybe it's true." I think we could argue that this is where she starts to turn, right? Like not by any sort of like magic or hypnosis, quite the opposite. Like there's no deception here. It's the baldest, most intimate meeting of the minds between our hero and our villain. And in this way, it's another one of my favorite villain tropes is the holding up the mirror to the hero and saying, "You see it, don't you? You see it. I'm right. This is the truth. Come with me." I love a villain who seeks out the hero to convert them, not for like nefarious purposes, but because they desire connection. Right? Like thinking of the Joker again, where he says like don't pretend you're like them. You're not. Right? Subtext being you're like me. Or I need you to be like me. But then we also have like what you're saying, Keenan. This third option, this third layer of nothing matters. There, I said it. Prove me wrong. Say correct me, save me. Yeah.
Don't be like my other mothers who see me as a villain, right?
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes when I hear people talk about the seduction the White Witch does to Edmund in the Chronicles of Narnia, they just emphasize entirely that she's tricking him. But I think the most effective part of it is where she's right, where it's like he is the least of the 4 of the children, and she knows that there's a reason why she can go to Edmund rather than the other ones and be like, you're the least of them, even though he's not the youngest, right? Like, so it's not even based on that. It's just that they don't connect with Edmund in the same way, and they don't treat him, as an equal. And so she's able to be like, well, look over there at them, and like, why should you be the least? There's no reason at all, right? Yeah. And so I like that stuff in the Narnia movies where
the Tilda Swinton one.
Yeah, but also in the cartoon version of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like often it's just like, okay, the witch is just completely like, it's not as easy as just like she does a spell or something. You know what I mean? She has to convince Edmund, and there's a reason why it's Edmund. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also not like you're saying. It's also not like smooth talking like snake oil salesman. It's like it's I didn't do like a whole Disney song and dance to get you to it's like come on, do the thing.
Attention to the way that your brother talks to you, right?
Yeah, and I'm observing and I'm holding the mirror up, and it was like, see, this is objectively true. And I get folks. I mean, we do another show just all about the history and the evolution of the devil, and my favorite stories are when the devil does that. It's like, look, like this is I'm not lying. This is objective truth, and how does that make you feel?
Right.
And what are you going to do about it? Right? Yeah. But yeah, and folks, but I like this spin on it too, because we have our villain kind of like monologue, and it's, on the one hand, it could be, seen as like a seduction, right? Maybe the first viewing we see it as that, but like you say, this is mother and daughter. This is an attempt at a connection, or even more, this is like, mom, save me,
right?
And yeah, this attempt to bring her mother over to, I almost said the dark side.
Sure. Yeah.
But that's a whole other family drama, but not dissimilar, right?
Right.
And as she tries to connect with Evelyn, she continues, and we're back on Stephanie Shu's face, and you get the impression that she is once again feeling the words as she says them. She says, "Feels nice, doesn't it?" And she sort of smiles the way that you do to keep from crying, if that makes sense.
Right.
You know how you sort of like scrunch your face to stop the tears, but like you pass it off as a smile, right?
And it feels nice, doesn't it? But it's like feels nice for a moment. It's not like that's the end of the problem. It's clearly
right.
like it feels nice, but
right. And again, just a little contradiction between the words and the emotion on her face, right? Her face is telling us that it doesn't feel nice. At least that's what I see. And then we cut back to Evelyn as she peers closer through her hands, deeper into that bagel.
Right.
And we can hear the bagel over, the soft piano music. Sort of this like deep roar, or this like shifting of the cosmos. It's very quiet or far away, but like it's insistent, and it gets a little louder as Evelyn looks more deeply into it. And we hear Jobu say, "If nothing matters, then all the pain and guilt you feel for making nothing of your life." And we've been sort of with Evelyn staring at this bagel, getting closer. And now we cut back as Jobu finishes. We see her face, and everything I just said I saw before is now gone, as she says, "Goes away," in this very empty, emotionless tone. And we see her face now matches that, right? So she was smiling and smirking, and behind that I saw like extreme sadness. And now we see nothing. It made me think of the first time we see Joy, right? You were talking about, Keenan, staring into that dryer. But even that was different, because you could see Joy's despair. Now you see nothing. It's like Jobu was behind Joy's eyes in the beginning, and now she's fully here and Joy is gone. But no, see, like I want to keep doing the Reagan / Pazuzu thing, right? But this isn't that, right? Joy isn't gone. Joy is Jobu. Jobu is Joy, right? That's what Evelyn doesn't understand yet, or maybe this is the moment, right? That she's beginning to understand that.
Yeah. So we probably won't be able to get like the dailies of what Stephanie Shu is doing. So we don't know whether she is able to, in one take, do all of the extreme changes that you're talking about, where it's all of this emotionality and then it's gone, and then we're going to come back to her and it's going to be single tear, or if those are 2 or 3 takes. And that's another aspect of like film acting. Like you don't necessarily need to be able to do it all in one take, like you would have to do on stage, right? So you can use the medium to your advantage. I mentor a lot of like beginning filmmakers or people who are exploring acting, and there's a lot of pressure when you're when you're not a star, when you're a new actor or something, that you sometimes do have to do it all in one take, because they're not like supporting you the same way they would support a Stephanie Shu or someone who has a name or something like that. But
time is money. We only have you only get one take.
Yeah,
right?
we hired
Stephanie Shu gets
for a reason, right? And then the Daniels I don't think would be like that, but oftentimes with less experienced directors who don't really appreciate how acting works in film, you get that, where they might give that benefit to an Awkwafina, but not a Stephanie Shu, right? Because Awkwafina was a star at this point, and Stephanie Shu wasn't. But the Daniels, I'm sure, I know they are just supportive of actors, and they, But so we don't really know, but I wouldn't be surprised if these are 3 different takes of this, in order to get these such entirely different performances. That every time we cut back to Evelyn, we might be in a different take.
Right. Yeah. And we don't see the transition, right? We don't see her drop that smile.
Right.
We just see that we turn back to her and we see that it's already gone.
Yeah. Another option, I guess, is that it's in one take, but that we see the transition, which could take longer than we need it to in the film, in the finished cut. So, she has it that way, and then she's like, maybe takes 4 or 5 seconds to switch from, this is all happy here, and now I'm going to do nothing, and then 4 or 5 seconds where we're going back to the tear thing, which you also do in film. And you just understand that that's going to be cut out by the editor and director.
Right. Yeah. And you just kind of because, you're waiting or you're experiencing, the emotion as it's kind of like coursing through you. Right?
Yeah. And at UNLV Film, my co-teacher, Adam Paul, who teaches exploring acting for our film students, he'll talk about like doing the chin up, like how you can struggle to do a chin up. I don't know. I don't know. Can you do chin ups very well? And
Oh, yeah.
I can't. So, so if you were filming me doing a chin up, it might take me, 10 minutes to do one chin up, but then all you need in the finished film is the part where it's actually hitting, and I actually just get my chin above the bar, right? So you don't need to include all the work to get up there.
Right. Yeah. You just see like shot of you, like wide shot of you putting your hands on the bar.
Right.
Close up of your chin touching the bar.
Right.
And then, the last one where you're kind of going down. It's like, wow, that was
99.
Exactly. It's movie magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Have we thought about that? Have we thought about putting footage of you doing chin-ups online for our members? Is that worth $5? We gotta get that.
That's what members
somehow.
get.
Yeah.
What?
That's something a lot of other podcast hosts don't have.
These bonus episodes and these these early releases not doing it for you. You want a couple chin-ups. You want me to just put my body out there.
Right. Let's see Terry Gross do that.
Yeah, there you go. We'll do an exclusive episode and me just eating ghost peppers the whole way.
Great. I don't know what I'm bringing to this extreme sports version of our episodes, but I support you
eating like
peppers.
regular tasty stuff.
Right,
and
exactly. Marshmallow fluff out of a bucket.
Yeah. And every you would just cut to me as like say, what do you think last night? And I'd just be like, fuck you. I wouldn't even be able to function. I just fucking
Lester's weekly one chip challenge. That's got to be worth something to these folks right out there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Just slip in controversial comments in the script, and I'm just like reading them as I go, and I'm like, oh my god, it's been recorded that I just said that. Oh. And the drama and the suspense, it's like, will Lester catch it in time? Or will his reputation forever be ruined because he said that thing about the Swiss?
What are the Swiss going to do? They're all the way over there. Do the Swiss even have the internet? I don't know anything about their culture.
You know what? We're edging into that territory right now, and I feel it.
I haven't thought about the Swiss since 1645.
Yeah. Cut to 2045, and this episode is being played over the city speakers because now we have those.
Right.
No. But yeah, okay. But before that happens, let's enjoy this movie.
Right.
But yeah, so we cut back to Evelyn, and we get an even more extreme close-up on her. Her nose has almost like disappeared, right? It's just her eyes. And even though we know all eyes are like this wet when you're this close to them, it gives us the feeling that Evelyn is experiencing some deep emotion right now. Like the music helps too, right? We got some like soaring strings as we rise to meet this bagel. And then I really like how abruptly, but also quietly, the music is cut off, and you still hear the rush and the roar of the universe, but it's like it's muted in this moment. Like everything everywhere is holding its breath, and we get the line, the inspiration for our little banana sign off. Jobu says, "Sucked into a bagel," and she goes really down, it. Remind me like it was like a Judy Garland type thing almost. And I like how the first word is so removed from the rest of the sentence. There's like so much breathing space in between. I know I said like the universe is holding its breath, but like it's almost like torture. But also like for a really long time, you don't even know what it's going to be. It's like the word sucked, right? And even the word, like it's got this onomatopoeia quality. It's like like everything stops, and like we're sucked back into the scene, and then it leaves us hanging for a long time. And it also does this thing: we don't know she's singing until we hear the other notes,
right?
Because one note by itself is not music, right? Like it is and it isn't, right? You know what I mean? Like all sounds are notes, it's when you combine them that you get music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I just say something like, yeah, like that, like that's, it's a note.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? But it's not a note, right? Like if I don't finish that, right?
Right.
And I just thought that was so cool. It's like her words are everything everywhere all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Or, maybe the opposite. Maybe they're nothing, they're nowhere. Or maybe that's the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I also like the little breathing space before she finishes. Like where like first-time viewers have maybe like 0.5 seconds where they don't know what she's doing. Right. And then that 0.5 seconds like stretches to infinity.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, like this really is like the eye of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if we weren't thinking that by now, even the sound of the bagel stops as she says the last part. Right. She's like, a bagel. And even now, the kind of like the rush of the bagel has like stopped to listen to this song.
Right. So we take out the score and we still hear the pulsing of the bagel. And then that goes away just in time for that, which is shocking. And then it's also shocking that it turned out she's singing, right? We don't, yeah, like you say, we have to sort of retrace in our mind, like when did this become a song? Right? Like somewhere there, and then it's going to be too late, right? But the let me read how this goes in the script here. Because we've been talking about, this for 30 seconds. It feels nice, doesn't it? If nothing matters and all of the pain and guilt that you have from making nothing of your life, it goes away too. Sucked into a bagel. There's no indication of it being musical or song-like. There's no ellipsis between sucked into a bagel. There's no elongation of bagel. So it's a choice that Stephanie Hsu and the Daniels make. Again, I would love to see the dailies. The reason, by the way, that your favorite films don't put out all the dailies is because people don't know how to read them, and they say terrible things and say like these actors suck, or like bullshit things that don't mean anything, like that performance was saved in the editing. Like all performances are saved in the editing. Actors have to know that 90% of what they do is going to be thrown away, and they're only looking for 10% for just the chin up part of it. Right. So, but I would love to see the choices. Like was there a version that isn't sung, that isn't elongated, that just you kind of, as it's written in the script in their initial blush of it, kind of thrown away. Yeah. It just like it's sucked into a bagel.
Yeah, like on paper, on the surface, that line sounds like it's like, oh yeah, it's like Homer got eaten up by a dog, right? Like sucked into a bagel, right? It's like whatever, it doesn't even matter what it got sucked into. It's like a bagel, right? Right. Like sounding silly, and then something happened on that take where she was moved to sing. Right. And suddenly it becomes like what does that mean? What does that mean for Jobu? What does that mean for us? It's like you're singing the bagel, like that gives a connotation to the bagel, also to you, that you're singing.
Yeah. Is it in this version? Is it like we're thinking that she is human again? Like we're seeing her have a real human reaction, and then we're reminding the audience of like, oh, but she's also the all powerful Bugs Bunny crazy person,
right? Like she's off a rocker. There's it's like Hannibal Lecter, right? So, like, after getting done talking to Clarice, and they had this important moment, and she and then Hannibal says it's like fly home, agents, darling. And then he turns, like, fly, 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 fly. And it's like, I was just connecting with you, and then you turn away and you babble this, not like you're dangerous,
right?
Like, and that's scary. It's like I assumed that you were a person that I could connect with,
right? A
mind that I could interlock with, and then you say sucked into a bagel. You sing sucked into a bagel. Like, I got close to you. What the hell, right? Or you say fly, fly, fly. Like what? Nothing. Tra la la. Right.
Right. I'm here at your waist height, thinking, is that real? Is that a codpiece? What is this? And you say, it's nothing. Tra la la.
I was hoping you'd remember the codpiece. It's like that's all anybody remembers. Yeah. But no, it like just the choice to sing it. It at the same time it's silly but also scary and profound, and we almost feel like whoa, I got close to you and you almost like you were a snake that almost bit me or something.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't in safe hands.
Right.
But and then, folks, immediately we cut back to the bagel as it sends out a shockwave. I almost said as it reacts or responds, but okay, that's a question I want to ask you, Keenan. Is the bagel doing this independently, or is it in response to Jobu saying the line, or is it in sync with like a strong feeling that she's having? Or, I mean, maybe it's not related to Jobu. Maybe the bagel senses Evelyn and it's like calling out to her, right? I actually like that. What do you think? What do you think's happening? Why did this shockwave happen?
I'm not convinced that the shockwave exists outside of the movie. Does the bagel? My understanding of the bagel is it doesn't do this type of thing, right? This might be in the mind.
Okay, all right.
Because like, what does it mean if the bagel expands right here? Like, doesn't that mean it's over? Isn't that the end of the world? Is this like a premonition of like it eating us all?
I don't know. Like, I was just going to compare it to the ring, but the ring actually doesn't do anything.
Turns you invisible.
Well, yeah, but I mean, no, but it doesn't like independently. It doesn't. It doesn't like when everybody's like talking about it, like looking at the table in the center in the Council of Elfrond, and
sure,
and it doesn't like jump or it's like like look at Frodo. It's like hey psst, hey.
Have you been talking to Cameron?
No.
Cameron cornered me at Halloween. about Elfrond. So maybe he's just listening to our show.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm not making it up on the show. I really literally don't remember Hugo Weaving in any of those 3 movies. And he's like, no, you've got to be pretending. I'm like, I swear to you, I'm not pretending. And he's like, but one of them was the count. That's the first time I'd heard. He's like, but they go to the Council of Elrond, and I'm like, I will take your word for it. And he was like, no, you must remember this. I'm like, I don't. I just remember you can have my sword and my bow and my axe. Right?
That's at the Council of Elrond.
Right. So I told. So hey, you're sounding a lot like Cameron right now. And then he, I don't know, he was talking so much about all these nonsense words. And he mentioned at the end, he's like, so then the king, this is the very end of all the movies. They win, right?
Okay.
And the king,
one of the ends, yes.
Aragorn shows up. He's the king.
Sure.
And then the hobbits bow to him, right?
Yes.
And so Cameron's telling me that. I said, well, he should bow to the hobbits. And Cameron's like, that's what happens next. I'm like, oh, good. That's good.
So
good king.
You said that just like unironically
no, I'm like,
to Cameron.
Yeah, I was like, they bowed to the king? Like, he didn't do anything. They're the ones who did everything. He should bow to, bow to the hobbits.
That is one of the... He told me enough. He told me you killed him. And then Keenan and I are at this party, and Keenan's like, you know what Darth Vader should say next?
Because Darth Vader didn't kill his father.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is his father.
Yeah. And I'd be like, no, that's not true. That's impossible.
Well, he has Force powers now. He should probably just search his feelings with the Force.
He knows it to be true. Yeah.
Right.
Well, there we go.
All right. So there's a Council of Elfrond, I have learned.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Like the your brain movie went the exact same way that the movie went, and so yeah, maybe you should watch it again.
Sounds like I don't need to. Sounds like if you tell me the setup for these scenes, I could tell you the endings of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, that's what Cameron said. I should watch them again.
Yeah.
But then he went too far. He made a fatal mistake, which is he said that I should watch them again. I said, well, maybe. And he said the extended versions. And I said, no, you've lost me.
Yeah.
You've overplayed your hand, sir.
He'd been working up to that. That was a year of preparation down the drain.
Yep. See you next Halloween.
Yeah. What was he dressed as?
He was just dressed in Halloween type paraphernalia. So he had like a Halloween shirt on.
Oh, I see.
I was dressed as a sea turtle.
Oh, okay.
And you were Dracula.
Yes, I was. Yep. But you couldn't see me there because, yeah. Anyway, but okay. Back to my other question, which was my first question. What
is the shockwave? Yeah, what is happening?
Yeah, what is the shockwave? Is it happening? Is it just them thinking about it? Is it one of them thinking about it?
Right.
Is the bagel sentient and like is calling out to Evelyn?
Mm-hmm. It feels,
or did Jobu make
right.
it do that?
Yeah, it feels like Jobu is making it do that with the this call and response of sucking the bagel. And then based on the shots after it, we might think that it is responding not to Jobu but to Evelyn being seduced by it or something.
Right.
Like Evelyn has like hacked onto the bagel.
Right. She got just close enough to now where it it's
like
pouncing.
You're part of me. Yes. Right. Like hello, Evelyn.
Right.
Yes.
And she says hello, Cedric.
Cedric.
And the bagel's like, what? And there's this like really awkward moment where Evelyn clearly doesn't remember the bagel from the last Halloween party. Got its name wrong, first of all.
Right.
And the bagel like knows this. Like they both know that she doesn't remember, but neither of them want to like admit it, so they just kind of play it off. And the bagel's like, so how have you been? And Evelyn's like, great. Yeah, really busy. How's your... And then she realizes she doesn't remember what the bagel does. And so she just finished like really, really lamely. She's like, how's your stuff? And Bagel's like, oh, it's like same old, just swirling in a miasma of blackness and nothing. And she's like, cool. and luckily, Cameron Balafont shows up, and and he starts talking about the Council of Elrond, and yeah, which both of them are really into because they've seen the movie and they like it.
I find they like it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to correct them or anything.
Right.
Right. I just don't need to join their cult.
Sure.
I'm okay. I got other cults. Don't worry about it.
We're not even talking about the cult of the bagel. The bagel's got its own, like, the bagel's been sucked up into the LOTR cult. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cedric. So that is amazing. I was trying to look through the Lord of the Rings IMDb really fast to see who Cedric was. I was like, oh god.
Oh, no. I just picked that name.
I was like, maybe that's Bernard Hill is the king or something.
No.
Cedric, but no. Okay. Phew. All right.
No, there is no. They don't have normal names. That's like a weird normal name, but it's a normal name.
Right.
No.
I'm like, oh, Carl Urban is in the Lord of the Rings. I didn't know that.
Yep.
He plays Éomer.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Yeah. You think Cedric is weird? Éomer? Hey, guess who his sister is?
It's A-A-O... I don't know how to say this name. Éowyn.
Yep.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah, there you go. See? Mm-hmm. And they got a brother they don't talk about.
Oh, okay.
His name is A-OK. Because that's what he says every time. He's like, hey, you good? You good, buddy? And he's like, A-OK.
That is silly.
No. But, okay, I'm going to, my headcanon, I'm going to say that the bagel has started calling to Evelyn.
Yeah, it feels something happening here. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to give, I know that's not what we should do, but I want to give the bagel sentience. I want to say that the bagel is playing a role,
right?
Kind of like the Ring does. Is trying to like, hey, Evelyn, come here,
right?
Type thing. But yeah, it sends out this shockwave, and we folks are sucked in. Right? We zoom towards this bagel through the hole into blinding light. And behind that is just swirling chaos and debris. And far away, we see another hole completely black that starts kind of like expanding and rushing at us. This is all like really quick, like frame by frame stuff. And then we get a quick shot of Waymond, Alpha Waymond, putting out his hand and screaming. It could just be a scream. It could be no. We don't hear it. And then the closest extreme close-up on Evelyn we have done yet. Maybe the closest in the whole movie.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is literally just her eyes, and we see that they are completely black. Wait, no. They become completely black.
Yes, they have started to turn in the previous shot, but it's very subtle. And then at this point, like, we have to notice that it's almost all the way through.
It's almost all the way through, but you see them fill in. It's like maybe 8 frames as they fill up completely.
Right.
Kind of like that, that flashback with Jobu. But there, they were like opaque. Here they're like shiny. They're very reflective, and we can see, or we've been seeing, this little kind of like pinprick of light in both of her eyes, and we imagine that's like the whole of the bagel.
Right, like it's coming through Joy's hands. Because we've stopped looking at the hands in this minute, but that's
right. We've forgotten that they
Right, we kind of get a glimpse of Evelyn's hand, like her top hand holding it. Yeah, but yeah, as if light is coming out of Joy's hands, right?
Right, yeah. And then as we are rushing into this blackness, we get more super quick frames. We're back on Jobu as she turns, hearing something. Her eyes were closed like they were like together in prayer. But now they open. Her mouth too. It's like this O of shock and an interruption. And then wide shot as she starts to get up. You can see their fingers are still interlocked. They're still in that little, kind of like hand vagina thing. There's the golf glove. And this is only like a few frames, and then something or someone
or some gong.
Yeah. Not even going to finish that. Crashes into her, and they both exit to the left of the frame. A very quick shot of us backing out of the bagel's antechamber. Did you catch this, Keenan? And those curtains closing back up. I love just that quick shot. It is maybe like 6 or 7 frames, but it gives us this feeling that we avoided danger. Right. But it almost got us. Like we were in the antechamber. We didn't even know it, right?
Right, because we had gone, like as we start to visualize the bagel as Joby's describing it, the antechamber goes away from the bagel temple. It just sort of fades, and then we're in nothingness and in what looks like the universe, but probably is more correct to say is in some other dimension, some other, but it starts to rotate and have things in orbit, et cetera, right? So, so whatever has knocked Jobu out of this connection with Evelyn is also like setting us free from the call of the bagel.
Right. And even more than that, like so we get this with this like feeling that we avoided danger. But if you watch it frame by frame, as we're backing out of the antechamber and the curtains close back over the bagel, one corner of the curtain sort of like flutters open, and we get a little glimpse like, oh, almost gotcha. Like no worries, come back anytime. I'll be here.
Right.
I'll be here. Right. It's like a little wink. It's like Beetlejuice. Oh, okay, not this time. Right. It's like, but maybe sometime later in the movie. It's that promise that like it's like I'll be back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it might be that the bagel exists in a physical real temple in one of the many multiverses.
Right.
But it also seems to exist in some space-time nonsense somewhere. Nonsense as in like.
Not nonsense
bullshit,
as in
like,
Lord of the Rings, but like Aragorn or whatever the fuck that is.
No, but some nonsensical place that is like it doesn't obey the rules of space and time.
Exactly.
And it might be in two places at once.
Yeah, might be everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Pauly Shore, what do you do? No.
I remember. In every movie I've seen with Pauly Shore, I remember him being there.
I thought you were going to say you remember him in Lord of the Rings.
No, I would remember him in Lord of the Rings. I promise you.
Yep, him and Brendan Fraser, man, that little stop off in the woods. That was great. But yeah. And then, folks, we get a shot of Evelyn falling back against the door in that hallway, looking dazed. She looks over at the thing that just zoomed away with Jobu, and then we see it zooming down the hall to the end where it stops, but the inertia launches Jobu through the wall. There's a pause, and then we hear inside the wall, "Boss, what are you doing here?" No, boss, I think we've been wrong this whole time. Our real enemy is walls. And it's kind of echoey because they're both inside the wall.
Right, sure. So that's where Deirdre went. She went back into the wall.
Yeah.
She took the peg and goes back into the wall and just puts her head there real comfy. Yeah, so it's not as like, going back to your idea of comedy, that it's often funny when it's far away because we can be more objective. Like, so she's launched through the wall, and it's like we had seen that before with Deirdre, and that looked painful and maybe serious, and maybe like, oh, she's gone, she's dead.
like people in the theater were like,
right. Yeah, but this does not have that. This is funny, maybe because we understand that Jobu is not dead from this,
right?
But it's also far away. But it's not quite like Wile E. Coyote silhouette. But it kind of has that effect, or like Mina Hyena in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where her breasts go in both directions, right? We see the cut of her breast, right?
Yeah, it's not that, but it is her whole body, as opposed to like like the very real kind of like it was only like the top of Deirdre's head, and you're like, ooh, and or the same thing, it's like Evelyn is bleeding from an unknown spot on her head versus like through her nose, and we'd be like, ooh, that's a little bit too, a little bit too real. But this is like, cartoon world. It's like it's sped up also, right? It looks so funny. And again, like, leave it to the Daniels to interrupt this intimate, heartfelt, sad, scary moment with like this goofball crash, complete with the sound of screeching tires.
Right.
Right. As our new character kind of like screeches to a halt, right, and launches our villain through the wall.
Right.
Right.
So then we also, though, with Evelyn, I want to point out. So part of it is the fact that she has been doing this hand thing with Jobu, but like just to try to reconnect, because so much stuff happens in these minutes, right? It moves very quickly, very efficiently. But she had been stuck in the hot dog world with her hands, right? She had not been able to do that, and then so when Jobu is doing like, let's do the hand vagina, Evelyn has some trouble at first, and then she's seen the bagel, and then she's been interrupted with the bagel, and like disconnected from Jobu and the bagel, and so now she has the use of her hands again, but she's kind of holding them up like, oh God, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
Right. So we've solved that problem by having this abrupt, like, oh God, I can't think of what they would call it in the Matrix, but in Futurama they would call it jacking on. Like plugging into this thing and like being in this network with the bagel. And now that's been jacked off, as they would say in Futurama. Yeah. Like you've been pulled out of that, and they're like, oh God, like it's like a reset button. Right?
Yeah. It is, like hard reset, and you're just kind of like it's like you've just been, like shaken from like deep like REM sleep or something.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, where is anything? What is anything?
Right.
Yeah.
So she no longer has hot dog hands.
Yes. Right. So that has been left behind. Yeah. Or fixed or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, and then our new character turns around and starts coming back this way. And maybe by now we can tell what or who it is. But our last shot is of this new question mark character pulling up in front of Evelyn. And we don't get her reaction yet. We just see her kind of like shocked and dazed as she watches this vehicle pull up in front of her.
Yeah, the script says describes it when it's hitting Jobu. A blur of skin and metal sends Jobu Chupaki smashing through the wall.
Interesting. Okay, all right. Keenan, what did we think of this minute?
Oh, this is such a key part of it.
Yeah.
And man, Stephanie Shu is just so very good.
Amazing. Yeah. No, I liked this. I liked because like all of the stuff that we talked about. Just this is a perfect showcase of the acting of both of these ladies, and also just a great peek into like Jobu's motivations. Even though, like, again, like we're kind of like speculating like what we see on her face. Like it could be one thing, it could be another, but like it's. We definitely experienced something. Like this was an intimate moment with this was an intimate villain moment. And we see that our villain is not maybe not so villainous as maybe the Alpha team thinks. Or we were first led to think.
Right.
Yeah. But folks, this has been the 60-second minute of everything everywhere all at once. I've been Lester Ryan Clark. You can reach me in all the universes as Lester Ryan Clark.
And I've been Keenan Diaz. In your universe, I'm on Instagram and Letterboxd as Howdy Keenan.
Yeah, we got our Facebook listener group, Banana for Scale. That's a community for all of our shows, including this one. It's a private group, but just request to join and you'll be, and I live up to this now, sucked into the banana. There we go. There you go. If you want more, consider joining us at truestory.fm/join and look for Banana for Scale. That's us. You get bonus episodes of all our shows, access to our Discord, and you get your episodes a week early and ad-free. Pretty cool. Just $5. If you're not sure about that yet, one thing you can do that's absolutely free but would really mean all the universes to us would be to give us a 5-star rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to our show. That and sharing the show by word of mouth or on social media is going to help our little podcast grow and find more cool people like you. All right, it is time to jump. So, Keenan, I'm painting a picture for you. It's the end of Return of the King. Well, one of the endings. Right? And the hobbits are at the coronation, and Aragorn is there. Han and Chewie are there.
I recognize all these names. Yes.
Yeah. And everybody's there, right? And and the hobbits they bow before the new king, and Aragon looks like he's like ready to say what he's going to say next. Like he's been planning this. Like he was kind of hoping that the hobbits would bow because he wants to, to wow everybody with his kingly wisdom, in what he is going to say next, right? And he starts to say it, but you hear way in the back some asshat say this. Well, I think he should be bowing to you. You guys bow to no one. And then before anyone knows who it was, I turn and I run out the doors.
Good. Thank you. You backed me up on that.
Yeah.
Very useful. Thank you. I appreciate that, Lester. Viggo Mortensen broke his foot on that take.
How do you know about that? But you don't know his name. His character's name.
I do. It's Air. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Aragorn.
Yes.
But I don't want to get it wrong at this point. He's the king.
Yes, he is. He's returned.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to stick to things I know, and I'm going to, because we're not going to see this bagel for a little while, I'm going to go up and take one of its orbiting sesame seeds. Or, I prefer little garlic flakes. I'm going to take some of its garlic flake, and I'm going to pocket it, not realizing that it is the size of a Buick. And I'm going to take that with me from now on. But yeah, by the time I realize that, it's going to be like, I've already committed to this. I can't put it down or anything.
Right. Well, I mean, now it's in your pocket universe. So.
Right, exactly. So I'm just going to, just basically wait until someone says, like, you can just leave that. It's okay. Things change, plans change.
And you'll hold out for a little while, right?
Right.
You're like, no,
I meant to do this.
Yes. And it ends up that your refusal to or your commitment to the bit actually injures some people, and you're in court, and you say, Your Honor, I can't. Improv is like air to me. I can't saying I can't continue this bit. I can't do this. And then you look up, and it's not Daniel Hillard. It is Dr. Sean McGuire, and he says, "Keenan, it's not your fault."
I know, man. They're really long movies.
It's not your fault.
I know, man. They came out 20 years ago.
It's not your fault.
I know, man. Everyone says you're supposed to see them, and it's like, I have seen them, and it's not enough.
It's not your fault.
I know, man. It's not my fault. It's their fault for being so long. They're 9 hours long, man.
It's not your fault.
I know, man. Hey, I see what you're doing here, man. I see what you're doing, but it's like, I'm not the nerd for not liking nerd stuff. If anything, I'm less of, I know, man. Hey, I didn't say, why don't they let me just have seen a movie once? Why do I need to like it the same amount as them? I think they're fine. It's not fair, man.
And yeah, there's like some little plastic dinosaurs at the bench, and he starts playing with those, and
and then he gets
cheers
everything he
everybody up
ever
and,
wanted.
Yeah.
Right. All is forgiven
for being a horrible father, Daniel. Anyway, okay, Keenan, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Getting sucked into a bagel sounds like a pretty good Friday night to me.
There you go. Good, bad, it's all in there.
It's all in there. All the pain and guilt that you have for making nothing of your life. It's right in there.
Yep. All right, folks. And with that, 1, 2, 3.